Hi, my name is Guadalupe Rogel. I was brought onto the team to help figure out a merger that hasn't had the best of luck. There's many issues that is happening with this merger. There's high stress, low morale, different company cultures, and many new faces. A lot of the time, these happen because people are not used to each other. There's different values, different ethics, and if one person was used to the other thing before and now it's not being done that way anymore, it can cause a lot of conflict. And we have to let them know change is not always a bad thing. In order for this change to happen, we need to find a team outside of human resources to find the problems. This means get surveys done, send out emails, and have semi an open door policy. And with this open door policy, people can let you know if you have a good relationship with your team. They can let you know this is what I'm seeing and I don't like this. Once that is figured out, what that team does, your change plan does, is you create a plan with deadlines. That way, employees will be aware of when new things are happening. This explains new roles, new duties, even a remodified company culture. One that may bring both together that can work perfectly well in a compromise situation. And what expectations are be are going to happen during this merger? And don't worry, there is going to be people that are going to resist. And resisting is not a bad thing. It's just a sign of fear. It's fear to the unknown. Am I going to lose my job? Am I going to still be manager of this group? Am I going to lose pay because now we have more people? There's so many things that people are still trying to figure out with this merger, which is okay. According to Heathville, resistance to change is the unwillingness to adapt to altered circumstances. They're unwilling, but they're also scared, so we can't blow that off. Like I said before, it's for the fear of the unknown. They might also not have the appropriate tools. We have to make sure we gather the right tools to give to both these companies in order to have this merger be successful. And also, we can't make anyone feel left behind. If we make people feel left behind, they're going to resist. They're not going to be happy about the situation. So in that turns, we're going to empower our employees. And how do we empower our employees? We empower our employees by giving them all the tools they need in order to be successful. That means great relationships at work, amazing communication, time for personal development. Why is time for personal development included in empowerment for our employees? They can go feed their brains more knowledge to bring back to the company to make it better. Or even just by relaxing a little bit can help them recharge and bring that good energy to them to the work. Also, too, as a management team, as people, we have to build trust and we also have to build boundaries. Why is this important? If your employees don't trust you, they're not going to want to work for you. And if you build boundaries such as, today we're going to do X, Y, and Z, what works, what doesn't. If the employee says, you know what, we can actually only do A and D today, tomorrow we'll do C and B, they are listing their boundaries and what can be done today. And that will make them want to work more and feel empowered because they have a say in their deadlines. And then one thing that can ruin employee empowerment is workplace stress. Whew, that can definitely ruin you. Workplace stress, what it is, it can be physical and psychological, which is physical can deter. Physically, you can have headaches, colds, hair falling out. I would know. I have been through very bad workplace stress, and these are just the top things that I remember. Sometimes it can also be employees have bad attitudes. They're missing deadlines, and that means missed deadlines lessens productivity, and that means you may be missing out on profit, or your employee just doesn't want to be there, and now you have to rehire somebody else, and then that wastes more money, and that also makes you feel bad because that employee wasn't a great employee. So instead of doing that, we are going to help them with this workplace stress. By having workplace stress, we'll be able to we have to manage hard times. Honestly, communication. Asking your team what they need from you. Is it time off? Extended deadlines? Even split up work? Maybe one team doesn't have as much work. If you ask the other team, hey, can you help? And they're like, yes, then we'll figure it out. Or if not, get your hands dirty and help the team. That way they know you're part of the team. Also, as a company, we can offer stress-free activities such as yogas, free massages, and little things like that where they feel appreciated and they know that they don't have to feel stressed all the time at work will make them want to come to work, will make them want to work harder. And number 3, connect with your employees. If you know as a manager, as a leader, that one of your employees is struggling at home because they're going through a divorce, a child is sick, ask them, do you need anything from me? What would make your life easier? I think we tend to forget that our employees have outside lives, and that can affect us at a company too. But if we take the time to ask our employee, I know your child is sick, I know you're going through a hard time right now, take the week off, we'll get back to the work, we'll extend the deadline. They know that you have their back, and it's not just about work, and that is going to reduce the workplace stress. In conclusion, bringing it all together. In order to develop a high-performing team, we have to analyze what is happening with both companies. This means change company culture to accommodate both parties. We don't always have to stay the same or do the same things. We can talk about it and bring a compromise to have the perfect company culture for everybody. Understanding why people are resisting and how we can get them back on the same page. Once we do that, I know we won't have as much resistance. We will show them that they're not scared, that they should not be scared. We'll bring them onto the team and ask them, why are you resisting? What can we do to help the resistance? And then, change it from there. And communicate with both companies what they want and work out a compromise. Is it every other Friday? It's half a day. Every Monday it's casual work day. Or in the middle of the week it's a half day. There's just little things that we can do in order to make this merger more smoothly and lessen workplace stress. We can also decide what system for management we would like to be. That means if we are at a system 2, how can we get to system 4? That's a different plan for a different day. And also, we have to implement these plans, like I was saying at the beginning of the presentation. We need to bring this all together so it can go smoothly over time by implementing deadlines and letting people know this is going to change by this point. This is going to change by this point. You have questions, you have by this time to ask them, and we are going to give you answers. But all in all, make sure you communicate with your team what they want from you and what you want from them. Have a good evening. Thank you.